are you doing today? I am Constance, and if you are joining me today, I thank you so much for doing so. All right? Today is what? Story time, right? We're going to be talking about the Venus and George's story, okay? And from where we have left off where Venus's father asked her to call Blue Hawk Security Company to get him some men to replace those who he has there trying to embezzling money from his company. So that's where we had left off from our last story time with George and Venus. My name is Constance. Thank you for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and share. All right, so let's get into the story. All right. Okay, so let's see where the story is continuous from. Yes, Venus, I have a damn secretary, but you are my daughter, and I need for you to oblige me in this matter, Richard Thomas shouted at his daughter Venus. On second thought, Venus said, since you're going into business with my boyfriend George, why don't you ask him to do it? Call Blue Ark and tell them to send some men over for the job, suggested Venus. The exchange of words went on pause for a while, but their breathing was still quite evident over the phone lines. Richard, however, broke the silence and responded, not a bad idea, Venus, not a bad idea at all. Caring not to bid his daughter goodbye, Richard Thomas immediately pressed click, disconnecting him from the conversation with his daughter, and quickly he then handed the phone to George. Dial this number, he commanded. Hesitantly, George reached for the phone from Richard's hands and stared at it as if his enemy's venom was coiled around it. Soon, Richard started calling out the numbers for him to dial. Disappointment on George's face, he announced, the line is busy, sir. Well, call them back, Richard shouted. Repeat the numbers for me again, sir, responded George. Your phone doesn't carry a redial feature? Richard asked harshly. Within seconds, George began redialing the numbers just given to him. This time around the phone rang and a male voice answered. Hold a minute, please, George answered. His hand covering over the speaker, George inquired, whispering, what should I tell them? Tell them you need 6 security men at this address on Monday, Richard informed him. Puzzlement came over George's face as he hesitantly conveyed the message. Yes, sir. 6 security details at 35 Queen Street at the foot of Nesbury Hill by Monday morning, please. George confirmed. And who will be responsible for this account? Inquired the security office. One Mr. Richard Thomas, sir. He already has an account with you, sir, George informed the man on the line. Is this the same Richard Thomas with Thomas and Oil Associates? The Blue Ark personnel inquired. Yes, sir. I believe so, sir, answered George politely. Could I get his telephone number to verify the details? The Blue Ark correspondent inquired. Immediately, George began handing the phone to Richard Thomas as he uttered, they are asking you for your phone number, that George caught himself saying. But Richard wouldn't take the phone from George's hand. Instead, he loudly stated the phone number from his company office for George to repeat back to the Blue Ark office personnel, who then happily exclaimed, while with a smile, "He's one of our regular clients. He's now all set for Monday. Thank you. Thank you for your business, sir," continued the correspondent of the Blue Ark Security Company. "You're welcome, sir," George responded before the status of the phone lines became silent. Miraculously, George had totally forgotten about his fear, nervousness, and the wet pants on his body. And as he began placing the phone back into his shirt pocket, Richard Thomas surprisingly complimented the young mechanic and soon-to-be oil dealer. "Your very first assignment, and you handled it perfectly well," voiced Richard Thomas as he looked upon George with a smile. But before George could express a word of gratitude, Mr. Thomas laughingly announced, "I think it's damn time you get back to Nesbury Hill and change out of those pissy pants you're wearing." It was the very first time since that afternoon George had cracked a smile after being threatened by those muscle-bound men wanting to embezzle funds from his girlfriend's father's company. However, at the back of his mind, George repeatedly contemplated what would go wrong if the crooked desires of those cunning men weren't being met. Would they return to the office and inflict serious or deadly wounds upon him, or send someone else to do it so he would buckle under their demands? George kept on wondering to himself, but soon he came to realize he needed to develop a thick skin, or else what would become of his future life with Venus? What would he have to fall back on if his mechanic endeavors should fail? George now knew he had to get his mind pumped up, start thinking out of the box, become creative, and defend his territory, because this was his blessing, his personal miracle. And as the big black Mercedes-Benz made it up the hill of Nesbury Hill, some unforeseen thought hit George's mind, and soon he began wondering and adding two and two together. He began thinking he could ask his friends at the mechanic shop to fill in as a security officer, be his right-hand man, or even few other guys from his village who he knew were physically fit to perform the task at hand. "Yes, this is a perfect idea," George exclaimed. But would Richard Thomas approve? Would Richard Thomas approve of George's idea when he presented it to him? I don't know where this story is going, but we are pushing with this story, guys. I hope you will like the story. I hope you will comment on the story. Add your part where you think you want the story to go. All right? George is coming from a village with poverty, and now he's into oil trading business. He has gotten a very good opportunity to to start trading oil, have his own office, while he still has the opportunity to continue on with his mechanic trade or his mechanic learning. All right, so he's training to be a mechanic, to be a professional mechanic, and here is, because of his girlfriend, he's getting into the whole trade business with his girlfriend's father. So you see where we have started from the poor village boy to now he's into a office. How will the story end? We have few more episodes to go, guys. I hope you like the story. I want you to make a comment, hit the notification bell, so whenever I post a video, you will be the first to have it, right? Like, share, comment, all right? Smash that like button, all right? If you like the story, tell the story to others and make up something of where you would like to give your input. I want to say, give your input about where you would like the story to go, guys. Give me your input. LMB, Godby Vlog, Salva, give me an input of where you would like the story to go. Oh, guys, thank you for watching. I think I'm being very ferocious right now. I'm talking too much. So I hope you like the story, and I'm looking forward to you joining me in my next class. Until then, bye-bye.